should slide this over so you can actually see. So I've got, it's Friday, what day is it? The 20-something? Friday, the 24th of September. It's 10:10 in the morning, a.m. Eastern Standard Daylight Savings Time. And I am driving around doing pickups. I had a neighbor drop off stuff. I had some neighbors give me financial donations, so I held off for a couple of weeks because I figured Fisherman's Mark's got so much stuff in the last couple of weeks they didn't need any extra burden on themselves, so I held off buying stuff. But my truck is full of laundry detergent and vinegar right now, so I'm dropping that off, and baking soda. I'm dropping that off over in Lambertville today. I'm stopping by Bel Air to pick up some gift cards, and then I'm going over to Lambertville, pick up a few things, then I'm done. And this weekend I'm going to the big MR2 Bear Mountain rally, so I'm going up to New York with my MR2, and we're going to drive around New Jersey and New York on some country roads. So that'll be fun. Last time I was at Bear Mountain, I climbed it, spent the night on the top. Alright, so here's some diapers. I hope they're number 6, and I got to pick up some stuff over here too. So I got 2 bags of stuff and a whole mess of gift cards. Because, as you may or may not be aware, Hurricane Ida whipped through here like a giant angry ocean and flooded Lambertville streets. Few people got lucky. I was talking to a friend, Robert. He lives in Lambertville, not too far away from where Fisherman's Mark is located. And just before the storm, he put in some French drains and some other things to keep his backyard from flooding. And his basement was saved because they put in a new sump pump. So he was pretty much prepared, and he got very, very lucky. Not so many people got as lucky. I mean, I live up here on a hill, so I don't really worry about flooding. Even though water came up my neighbor's house, went over there with towels to help her out during the flood. It was stressful. Husband was stuck in Langhorne. Paul had to get home. He got stuck last night too. He got home late because of the rain. We have tropical storms coming too, sooner or later. I don't know. It's just it's gonna be a rough. It's gonna be a rough couple of days. Probably until hurricane season's over. We're all gonna be on needles and pins. All right, so I'm gonna make a right here. Now, of course, they're putting up new electrical stuff, which is great because we're going to need it, because we might get hammered again soon. I don't know. You know, it just keeps we keep getting tropical storms and thunderstorms, and we've had a tornado watch every month since June, so that's been awesome. Well, long story short, so basically Fisherman's Mark got flooded out when the creek that's right next door to it jumped its banks and went right through their basement. I mean, it went right through the basement. It was part of the creek. The upper floors were mostly spared. They got a little bit of mud underneath the door because it's an old firehouse, so the first floor is a garage. And that got cleaned up the day of, the next day. The basement, I helped clean it up the day of, or actually the next day, and then I went back there a little while after that, and we had to they got a dumpster. We threw out a whole bunch of stuff that was contaminated by the water, which was not all mud, if you get my drift. It was pretty nasty. It wasn't my first nasty rodeo like that, but there was a lot of people that volunteered. I was shocked because most people don't want to deal with stuff like that. All right, and making a right. This person will go, but they won't because they're parking their car in a handicap spot. I don't think they're handicapped. Someone honked at me. I guess they want me to go faster to the red lights. I don't know what that's all about. It's red. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Oh, they're on the phone freaking out. Huh. I always find that driving alone is enough. I mean, I'll narrate my drive. Don't have a problem with that. I might actually take my little phone thing with me. I might bring my little phone mount with me up to Bear Mountain when we make the run just to record some of it, because it might be pretty cool. Just record some of it while we're going. Alright, so I'm headed to one more stop, and I've got pretty much a full truck now. I had $100 left over from 2 weeks ago. When this all started, I figured I'll just leave money in the bank because everybody pretty much donates right after the event. Everyone remembers 9/11, right? Probably have like type 12 dementia lying in a bed when I'm 100 years old. I'll remember it. So everyone donated blood right after the Twin Towers came down and the Pentagon got hit and Shanksville had to fall. Anyhow, they didn't need the blood. So a few months later, there was a blood shortage because no one could donate because they already donated. So that was what I was trying to avoid here, is that people will give a lot of money early on, but then they'll forget. So I didn't want that to happen. So I held on to some of it, which I don't ordinarily do. Usually, it's all pass through. It comes in, it goes out. I spend it as soon as I get it because it's not my money. I don't keep a penny, and usually I overspend. Some weeks I pick up stuff online at Giant or Target, and I get shorted a few things, so I have money left over, and I spend it the next week, but I spend every penny. I don't keep any of it. I don't think I'm in a position to keep anything that anyone donates because none of it belongs to me. So 100% of it gets passed through. I'm just the middleman, the non-profit middleman. I pay for my own gas and repairs. That's on me. I don't keep any money for that either. And this year, that's been a significant amount of repairs. I think spent about $1,500 on my truck this year to keep it on the road, which is not a big deal if you look at the long term. All right, so, oh jeez, didn't even see that speed bump. Wow. Mojaba's open again. I guess they're open for takeout mostly. Okay, where am I looking for? Northfield. I think this is it. Let's see. Hopefully I can get out of here. It's so tight. 16, 14, 7. I think I went the wrong way. Alright, let's back it up. I always thought this place was kind of interesting. I like the little walkover. Do you think it's just outside? Let's figure this out. Alright, backing up slowly, deliberately, with purpose. I don't like to get hit by cars. Alright. So I thought that was it, but maybe it's not. Let's see what the sign on the door says. 5. Alright, well, this is a little Little fun experience here, people. Find the house. Let's play Find the House today. See if I can find this spot now. You'd have to go to map time. You're gonna go to map time. Alright, so now I'm on map time because I don't know where I'm going apparently, which is kind of sad because I've lived here since 2008. And the first time I lived here was 1994, so you think I'd know my way around by now.
Take the next left onto Feeder Street, then turn left onto New Jersey 29.
Wow, I'm gonna turn left on 29. That's
Turn left onto New Jersey 29 South Main Street.
Alright, I'll try that. If I don't die. Come on everyone, let's hope I don't die. Well, it looks like I didn't die.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Swan Street.
Oh, I'm gonna go up Swan. Alright. Turn right. So Swan Creek is what jumped its banks, so a lot of people live along there, got hammered hard. The water came right.
Turn right onto Swan Street.
And then it pounded everyone. I know where I'm going. I don't really need this anymore. I'll keep it on. Alright. Let's go up Swan. Hey, they put a new sidewalk in. That's nice. Forgot it's a one-way. Alright.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Stuttaford Street.
I'm going to turn right in 1,000 feet. I've only been up here a couple times. I don't usually make it across the river as often as I used to. That being said, if I wasn't going on a little ride up to Bear Mountain, I'd be going to Swan tonight for dinner. It's going to be a lovely evening. Nice spot to sit outside. It's not going to be hot tonight. It's been so hot lately. Alright, so now I'm live.
Take the next right onto Stuttaford Street.
I'm going to take the next right up here. It's actually not the next right, it's the second right, but that's okay. It's Google Maps, so you know, it's not that smart.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Northfield Court.
Quarter mile. Alright. Driving up the hill. Gonna make a left. Then I get a quarter mile up. And then I'm gonna go back down. I'm gonna get my car washed today. So I'm gonna go to the car wash. Now everyone's singing car wash in their head, aren't they? See how I did that? It's my evil little joke. Car wash, yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna make my left in a second. Man, it's autumn, right? So the equinox was what? 22nd at 3 o'clock? And you can already tell that the height of the sun has changed completely.
Take the next left onto Northfield Court, then turn right.
It's that point where it's always in my eyes. Alright, so I'm going to take left on Northfield Court. Let's see. Oh, wow, this is pretty up here.
Take the next right, then you will arrive at your destination.
The next right. I don't know what that means. Do I do? No, that's a house. So I'm not doing that. 15. Oh, I see. It's in here. Wow, this isn't confusing at all, is it? I'm gonna figure out where 19 is.
You've arrived.
Helpful, except I don't know where it is. Alright, so I'm gonna go look. So I'm gonna have to mail this person who lives here, because if you're looking for emergency services, they're never gonna find your house. The numbers are really small. There's no mailboxes because they're all in the corner, which makes sense for the postman, but for an EMT, not so much. Whew, that was heavy. Big cans of black beans and lots of shelf-stable milk, some cleaning supplies, 2 bags of loveliness. All right, so now it's the all-important final stage. Well, that house is crazy. It's got like passive solar heating. Wow, all over the place. All right, so I'm gonna make my right. Go down the hills. Jeez. Look at a little pool. That sounds nice. That's a cute little house too. Not looking to move anytime soon, but Kate and I talked about leaving Village 2 and moving north. Maybe moving just out to Soulbury. I don't know. Just the recent weather has got me a little freaked out. We don't have tornadoes in Pennsylvania. It's not really a thing. So, hence why I'm a little freaked out. Alright. Going over the speed hump. It's an interesting spot. It's a mix of older and newer homes. Like this big old house over here on the right that you can kind of see. I think that's some kind of like assisted living now or something. But there's a lot of big old homes up here. A lot of smaller ones. I don't have to stop, he does. I don't know my way around, so. I've only been up here like 3 or 4 times this whole time I lived here. Little skeletons. Everyone in Lambertville gets really pumped for Halloween. If you've never been here for Halloween, it's kind of, it's their Mardi Gras. It's insane. They close off streets, and people spend thousands of dollars on candy. People go way in on their costumes. It's a good hang. I highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't been. It's on Halloween actual every year, the 31st of October. None of that nonsense where trick-or-treating is regulated between 4 and 6 or 2 and 3 or on Saturday. It's actual full-on Halloween. Yeah. This year, hopefully we can go. Last year it was kind of not a thing because of, you know, COVID. What a nightmare that was. I can just make it right here. So for those of you who don't know, the former Homestead Farmers Market, which used to make the best pie in Lambertville, has closed, which is a sad thing, but the good thing about it is that it's now Fisherman's Mark. So Fisherman's Mark was located there a little while ago, and they are now fully in Homestead Farmers Market. So that means they're in higher ground, so they won't get flooded out again. So they take deliveries in the side entrance. Pickups are out front. They have shelving, they've got walk-ins, they've got fridge and freezer, and it's already set up to be a farmer's market, so it's a perfect place to have a food pantry. So they're rocking and rolling over there for the foreseeable future. I don't know if their building was condemned. My assumption is not, because they still have offices there and they've still been taking donations. My assumption is they're just still cleaning up a little bit, but for right now they're over on Homestead, which is North Main Street, and you'll know in a minute where it is because I'm going to take you there. And I'm not going to sing that song. I already sang one song today about washing cars and whatnot. Alright, so let's go to Homestead. Then I'm going to go home. I'm going to get my car washed. Then I'm going to work for a while. Then I'm going to finish cleaning the interior, because they're going to get busted up by a bunch of car guys up at Bear Mountain if it's not tidy. They get weird about it. I said, why, I guess. Whatever, I'm rambling. So let's go to Homestead Farmers Market and drop off some food for the needy. And then I'll take you over to where some of the flooding happened. It's pretty brutal. Alright. So, boom. Oh, FEMA's over at the fire hall. That's good to know, huh? disaster assistance over here. Good. FEMA Disaster Recovery Center. So you know they're there if you need them. And here's Fisherman's Mark. Free cleaning supplies, which is kind of epic. Looks like everyone's over here now. There's a new van. There's David, give me a wave. It's like I'm here all the time. Oh wow, they got tons of stuff, don't they? Alright, I'm gonna complete